Hello everybody and welcome back to Rated E for Entertainment. Today's video is going to be my review of A Quiet Place, the new horror kind of thriller alien movie. And I'm going to just give you my thoughts and my review on it right now. This movie has a fantastic premise of kind of an invasion of aliens that are blind, and if you make a sound, they will kill you instantly. Fantastic premise. The teaser, all the trailers were great. I love them. I was super excited for this movie, and I can say that I was not disappointed. On the beginning half of this video, I'm going to be non-spoiler review, and then back half, I'm going to do spoilers. So I will let you know when I'm doing spoilers, but for now, we are going to be doing non-spoilers right now. Like I said, a fantastic premise, and the cast is incredible. We have John Krasinski, who also directs and writes the movie. Just so good. I've been a fan of his since The Office, 13 Hours he did, and he directed two other movies. The Hollers, I believe, I've seen that, which I thought was pretty good, and another movie that I've not seen, but this is definitely his big, hey, look at me, I'm a good director film. And it is fantastic. I just want to go right off the bat. This is my favorite movie of this year so far. But like I said, we have John Krasinski, who in the movie is the father. We have Emily Blunt, who's the mother. Incredible as well. And the two kids, Noah Jupe and Millicent Simmons, who is actually deaf in real life and deaf in the movie. So I thought that was amazing. And just the performances in this movie are just incredible, especially because you can't, really speak that much. And the movie really makes you feel for these characters, even though they're not really given any names, which is incredible and just so good. Like I said, the use of the sound in this movie was unlike anything I've ever experienced in a movie ever. The theater experience was so great. It was the most quiet theater experience of my life. I was even scared to eat popcorn because I felt like my people would hear me chewing. I just kind of sat there still, just glued to the screen. It was just incredible. The creatures were very interesting and definitely scary. Some very thrilling and scary moments in this. And there are jump scares, but they're well-deserved jump scares that I really enjoyed. And like I said, the family just make you care about them so much, and they make a lot of smart decisions. Some not great decisions. I'll get more to that in the spoiler section. But there are explanations to the reasons why they do that, which I thought that were really great. Like I said, for the most part, they're really smart. As for my flaws on the movie, the CG on the aliens were not perfect, but they were definitely good. And like I said, some bad family decisions. But for the most part, they did very smart things. Like I said, this movie was incredible. I loved it. Every minute of it, I loved. My favorite movie of the year so far. It probably will stay that way until Infinity War. But we'll see. But for that will be my non-spoiler review of A Quiet Place, and we're going to get into spoilers right now. Go see this movie, guys. Definitely go see this movie as fast as possible. So we're going to get into spoilers right now. We have the opening scene I thought was incredible. Not a single sound, really. It was so good until their littlest child, eventually takes that rocket ship and makes a noise, which was not smart, but you gotta think, it's a kid in the apocalypse, basically. He's going to be, curious. He was, I think, 4 years old. He's going to want to play with a toy, but I did feel like when the daughter gave the kid the toy back, I did feel like him grabbing the batteries was kind of not smart of just, I bet you he wouldn't have done that in real life, but for the plot's sake, I thought it was fine. And then when he does make that sound, and you see John Krasinski running towards him, and then the aliens coming, and then it kills him, it was such a great scene, and it sets up the movie perfectly. I really enjoyed the fire scene where you get to see kind of other survivors igniting fires, but they can't really group up or anything because you got to be quiet, and just kind of sticking together was kind of how you survive, which I really enjoyed. The mom eventually gets pregnant again, which I thought was not smart, but um, I kind of can understand it because they lost their son and they kind of want to, I guess, get another one. Um, and they kind of want to make a life for themselves in this apocalypse. They kind of want to establish something. You know, it's been 472 days, I believe, since they invaded, so they kind of want to start establishing a life here for them. So that was pretty cool. And when she's pregnant and she has to, and the baby starts coming and her water breaks, that was one of the best scenes in the entire movie. Um, the daughter blames her dad, thinks that her dad blames her for, at the beginning of the movie when she gives the toy to her brother. She thinks that he blames her for his death, which I thought was really well done throughout the movie. Um, we eventually learned that John Krasinski learns that there's about only 3 aliens in that particular area. Um, and there's newspaper articles that they are indestructible. You get to see soldiers shooting at them. I guess bullets do nothing. Eventually, the family splits up, and when the family splits up, the dad and the son kind of go fishing, and the daughter eventually is mad because she wouldn't go fishing, and she goes off to the littlest one's grave, and they all split up, and once that happens, it stuff goes down. And when it goes down, it's just unrelenting, and it feels so cohesive and so incredible throughout the movie that I just loved it. Um, and once they split up and then they kind of get back together and it turns night, it's just like I said, it's nonstop. And it's only one alien kind of going after them, but the way it's all done, I thought was incredible, and I loved it, even to the father's death. I really enjoyed, when he's telling the daughter, I love him, I love you in sign language, kind of, I forgive you, I don't really blame you. That was awesome. I love that. Um, and when he sacrifices himself, you really feel for that character, even though you don't even know his name. It's such a great moment, and like I said, the characters are so rich and awesome. Really well done movie, I thought. Um, Eventually, um, once the father dies, they kind of all meet back together, and then they go in the basement, and they learn that, the daughter's hearing aid thing messes with the aliens' kind of sound waves and ears, and they kind of go a little crazy, and I guess they get vulnerable, and the mother eventually can kill one with a shotgun. So I feel like that was a nice little thing to explain that they kind of get weaker when the hearing aid does that, and it's not, she couldn't have just shot it in the face earlier. So I thought I really enjoyed that, and the ending with the 2 other aliens in the area kind of hearing everything and coming towards them, and the mom cocks the shotgun back and the daughter gets the hearing aid ready. I really enjoyed that ending. I really liked it. As for one other flaw, the movie kind of suffers from it not having a specific kind of end game, not having like, oh, the aliens leave, or oh, they figure a way to kill the aliens. It's just kind of, you're put with this family on a certain day in this certain situation with these aliens, and you just kind of live it through that, and there's no real end game. So I enjoyed it for that, but also it kind of takes a little bit away from the movie when the movie just kind of ends like that. I personally love it, but I can see why other people would not. As for my score on this movie, I do very bad, bad, okay, good, and great. I'm going to give A Quiet Place a great score. I love this movie, favorite movie of the year, as I said, and I'm just so impressed with what John Krasinski has done, and just all the actors and everybody involved with this movie. It is incredible. Go out and see A Quiet Place. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's @rated_E_4_entertainment, and on Twitter,